Whoa. Alrighty. It is chilly in this room. Come on, find the armhole. There. Just realized everything I'm wearing is gray. That's a little funny. Just a little bit. Gotta check on the chat. There's that. I was like, I can't see chat. How am I gonna know who's saying what when? All right. So for anybody creeping in here, hi. I'm going to be pulling in the boxes for my drum kit and doing the unboxing thing. I have a lot of stuff now to get undone, and the goal is to get it all like put together. I have my microphones and everything for the kit too that literally just got here 5 minutes ago, not even exaggerating. I'm probably not going to put those on just because it's kind of a time sink and I don't want to bother with it right now. But I do have them, which is pretty cool. I didn't think I would get those until like later today at very earliest, so that's pretty neat. I do need to figure out exactly what box is what, though. This one does look open, but it hasn't been. It's just because I ripped open the tape by accident. It was totally by accident. Oh god, this one's heavy. All right. Kinda. It's gonna be too wide for the door, isn't it? No, it actually should fit in there. It's gonna be a bit of a bear to get it over the carpet, though. Oof. Give me a second. I have a really good carpet lip to work with. Oh my goodness. When I say this barely fits through the door, boy, do I mean it. Jeez. This box. That's well over 50 pounds easy. It's gotta be. Ooh, get out of the way, snare drum. Whew. Anyway, I am probably going to have chat open on my phone so I can actually like look at it. Because right now, like I can't really see anything that would be on there, so it's better to keep it around. So I'll keep it nearby. I can see when people say stuff, but from this far away, it's hard to actually see. Also, why is my camera unfocused, huh? Why you gotta be like that? Oh man. Everything was perfectly fine. Suddenly it doesn't want to focus on the... Oh, now it does. Oh, I'm gonna remove that. No autofocus crap today. No thank you. Didn't really think about that part, but yeah, that would happen. All right, so big box. Realize I'm gonna need a knife and or scissors. Totally forgot about that. I'm a dingus. I have a... Yes, I do. Always have a utility knife somewhere nearby. So this is gonna be fun. Got these huge staples in here too. I really don't want to have to fight with those, so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna yoink them right out of there. There we are. Beautiful. Knife safety. Always retract the knife. Goodness gracious. This is a box within a box within a box, isn't it? Or it's just like a cover. Oh, it's a protective cover, thank goodness. Okay. I was worried there for a second. Also, I don't know if anyone can hear me. I'm assuming the answer is yes, because I can see the activity on my thing, but I don't know how loud I am. So, if there is a note about that, please say so. And here, the beautiful drum head for the bass. Technically both of them, but just you see the one. So now we know what we're getting into. This also says the type of the drum down there at the bottom, but it's hard to read from that distance, I figure. I got myself a Tama Starclassic, so I'm very excited about that. A very good kit with a lot of reputation behind it. And lots of protective foam block, apparently. Throw those over there for now. There is a lot to get into. I really can't wait to see what these shells actually look like. Can I get these off of there? That would be pretty neat if I could. There we are. Floor tom legs. Gonna need those. Another square of cardboard. This is gonna be a lot of cardboard to throw into the recycling at the end of the week. But that's fine. Alright. See what's next. Oh. Just more of the drum heads that'll go on everything. Bubble wrap, everyone's favorite. This feels like it would be part of maybe the mounting system. I'll have to open that and find out. And the world's smallest tom drum. For the record, this is very well packaged. Like, just throwing that out there. Like, every layer is like set in itself. Just a nesting doll style. I think that's really clever. But yeah. Here is the tom. The first tom, obviously. Oh, they even like tie it like that. Or just kind of unwraps itself when you press down on it. That's nice. All right. Heads pre-applied. Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. That is not fair. That is beautiful. All right. So, whoever's in here, are these pre-tuned? I think they are. Jeez. Okay. Tama, outdoing yourself here. Oh my goodness. That finish looks gorgeous. Hold on. I'm gonna get this closer to the camera so you can all see how beautiful. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. That's so pretty, dude. I love that fade. I am a big, big fan of the color teal. Always have been. Always will be. And I was looking at the finishes for this. And this one's the one that stood out the most, albeit it also felt like this one while looking the best, and I definitely wanted this one out of just like standard, like, oh, it's a black, drum kit. Oh, wow. I wanted to change it up a little bit, get something a little bit more new, fresh, kind of original. Something that felt a little bit more like I was evolving as a drummer instead of just getting like the standard practice kit black color. It gets boring after years of playing the same exact kit with the same exact color, but especially when it's literally just the most standard option out there. You do get a little bit bored. All right. It looks like, given the sizes, that we seem to just have the smallest, the largest, and the oh, I think I know what that is. Yeah, because like, okay, when you would normally buy this kit in certain configurations, you would basically get the small, the large, and then the bass drum. But I got probably my secondary tom in that other box. That would make sense. That's why it's so light. Okay, that tracks. But anyway, time to get this out of here. This one, I'll be able to show you a closer shot of the shell on the inside, because man, it's just gorgeous in general. But even the wood on the inside, this for the record being a walnut and birch blend of woods, so it's just asking for beauty. But I'll be able to get this closer to the camera to show you the wood grain on the inside, which is gorgeous. Like, look at that. You can see the lip of the rings on there. The plastered layers of wood inside each other, but the innermost layer being such a deep, rich walnut color. That is so pretty, dude. That is gorgeous. And of course, the wrap looking absolutely fantastic. But I'm just talking about that. That is so pretty. All right, gotta move that off to the side here. And time for the big boy. Oh man. Gotta get all these foam blocks out of the way. Get this inner protective cardboard film out of the way. And the big boy. Now this is beautiful. Ooh. Man. This is going to be a really pretty kit. It's also a little bit shallower. I think it's a 16 depth, not an 18 depth like the one I had before. So that's going to be a little bit easier to actually like set up in this space as well, given how little room I have to work with. But yeah, I'm gonna yoink off all this tape and crap here. Try not to like damage the actual drum or anything by doing this either, which is proven to be kind of difficult, to be honest with you. But I will be trying. It's got a rubber ring on it. Must be some sort of like a protective measure. I'm not sure if it's protective just for shipping or if it's protective for the actual kit itself. I've never seen a rubber ring on the inside of the kit like that. Interesting. Let me pull this open. I'm gonna move this down over here. Actually, it's kind of difficult to get at it as is. Bunch of crap there. I am going to have to remove all this. This one's closed. Does that have stuff in it? Yes, it does. Okay. Yeah, that's probably the mounting system then. Gotta assume as much, at least because the other ones were hollow. Like that, so I was like, nothing in these. And then just, yeah, more protective cardboard. Okay, cool. So I'm going to get over here. This is why I bought this the microphone for myself, so I can talk to you guys from across the room without having to yell or have a microphone constantly moving to follow me around. Kind of nice. I know I don't do things like this that often, but it's also useful for my usual videos. Ugh, that's a lot of tape. It's very strong, like aggressive tape for literally just a protective hunk of cardboard. It's like, could you maybe not have done that one? I appreciate the protectiveness, but like, God. Even this is taped on. Really? That's taped on too? Where did I put the knife? Okay, it's over here. Right. Yoink that off. Get that off there. Yep. Cool. So I was doing that so I can remove the rings. They were all kind of just slammed in there. And then tied together so they didn't separate. Which makes sense, but it's just a lot of protective options for me to be able to handle all at once. Like this. Why is this like this? Just there's some things that don't need to be taped. It's like the aunt at Christmas who just does not get it and has to tape every little thing together. Would be pretty cool if that weren't so ridiculous. That is so much tape. Again, I appreciate the protective options, but like, Christ, can I have a breather? That was going to be 90% of the unboxing right there, was just that stinking bass drum being so well packaged. I'm not knocking it for being well packaged, I'm knocking it for being just an absurd amount of protection. But I understand why. Ready? Get off of here, please. You know what I mean? Absurd amounts. All right. I'll never have to deal with that again. Whew. Alrighty. So the feet are there. You have like protective chalks around. Interesting. Okay. All right. A lot of this is new to me because I haven't opened a new drum kit ever. So the unboxing process for this is very much unique. I've only ever gotten used or e-kits. So having everything so aggressively, safely packaged is kind of a new thing for me. I am now going to get all this crap out of here that I don't need and throw it out into the other room while trying to not moon the entirety of the internet. That'd be pretty neat too. All right. Nobody needs to see my butt crack, you know? Never been an option that anyone's preferred. Nonetheless, myself. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to have to open this door all the way. For the record, this is the snare drum that'll be matching it. I know it doesn't match with finish. Doesn't really matter, but yeah. And given how sweaty I'm already getting, I'm going to take this off too. Probably change out my shirt while I'm out of the room just to be a little more comfortable. And get out of here. Get out of here. All right, give me a second. There we go. Oh yeah, that feels much better. This shirt fits me better. It's not a tent. It's like I know I've got man boobs. I can't do much about that right now. At least this shirt doesn't make it just drape over them. Whoa. Now, the next question. How exactly to approach this? The most sensible option would be to start with the bass drum. At least in a general thought process. The problem there is that if I start with the bass drum, I'm going to have to move everything in order to get to the snare drum and such later on. So I'm kind of thinking it might make more sense to start forward, work back. But I guess either way, I'm going to have to be doing awkward notations. First thing I want to do is actually see if this is in tune, which not sure if it is. Not really, but they tried. Yeah. Not bad though. Like, it could be way worse. But I'm definitely going to have to tune it, that's for sure. But you know, it's not like it wasn't shipped across the country, and from another country for that matter, so not really surprised there. And get a drink real quick. Alrighty. I should keep this over here, actually. In hindsight. Probably should, like, put this on my table over here, where it'll be safe from damage and harm and out of the way. Alrighty. Now, to start the real fun part. First of all, I gotta find out which way is the front and back. That is Starclassic logo. Usually that's just, yeah, okay. So that's that. What's this? Little tag here. Gotta remove it anyway. Oh, it's just a sales tag. Okay. Fair enough. I don't know if the Starclassic tag is out or in. Oh, with the feet. Oh, there we go. Okay. Starclassic logo. Faces that way. Fair enough. Cool. Now to actually set it up. This is beautiful, by the way. Like, I don't know if that really translates well on this camera alone. That's gorgeous. I'm loving the way this looks. It's just it's gonna be a bear to get together. So I'm going to get the heads from over here and get started on that process. This is where it would be nice to have people talk to me, because this is going to be the tedious process. I think I might actually start up some music too. Let me go ahead and grab some music off somewhere. I know what I'm going to listen to. But I should probably do like should I? Like, last time I did music, I got like a strike off that from just playing random stuff. If I do copyright free, that never helps, because it's usually copywritten by somebody. But I suppose I can just mute the background music. So let's listen to that lo-fi rhythms, shall we? Oh, I got my speakers turned off here. That'd do that. All right, there we go. So that's all ready. I don't know if you guys should be able to handle that or hear that, right? Yeah. Okay. It's looking like I'm gonna turn that down a smidge, just so things are a little bit more balanced, because it looked like it was a bit loud compared to my voice earlier. Anyway, here we are. Where's the top of this? There it is. All right. Rip open the plastic. Woo! Don't drop it though. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here for heads. We've got, oh, sweet. Got an EQ4 actually. And it comes with a head protector. That's fine. I won't use it because I've got a double one. But yeah. That's very nice. And the Tama logo one, of course. Look how beautiful that is. You can see all the everything in the corner of the room there. Nice and reflective. It's another one with a protective choke ring on the inside. Well, it's more of like a muting ring, not so much a protection thing. All right. Yeah, I think those rubber rings that were in here were more for protecting the edge of the wood than anything else. So that makes sense. And then I just have to color coordinate these because, you know, this like teal on the outside and then the gray on the other side. So, hooray. I do not want to take the utility knife to this, but I might have to because it's pretty well taped on here. So, yay. Time to be extraordinarily careful as to not completely tear open the, I don't want to make marks and ruin the rim that I literally just bought. So I'm being extremely careful here and using the a mix of pinch methodology and lifting it with my well, putting it on the overlapped edge of this like protective foam, so I'm not cutting into anything as easy. There's one. I'm gonna kind of got a feel for how that is. Yeah, much better. I didn't want to do all that at once without first going slow to get my speed bearings, you know? Alrighty. Rim down, which means the hardware is in one of these two other boxes that I've got. So, gotta figure out which one. Probably this one, most likely. Maybe. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's the tom arm, definitely. Okay. What's in here then? That's, oh, the other piece of the tom arm. Okay. So that must mean all the pieces I actually need are in this like other one. You plan to do any covers? Of course. It's the whole reason I bought it. Literally, one of the main reasons I bought this kit was because the electronic I had is kind of too much of a pain in the butt because I'm using old hardware and it doesn't really work well with the software that really anyone uses. It works, but you have to fight with it, and that got really annoying. Plus, I've been wanting to go back to acoustic for years. I miss acoustic. I like electronic a lot, but I love acoustic. So going back to this made more sense, and it was either spend $5,000 on like a Roland TD50 to get close enough, or spend almost $5,000 on this whole setup to get something I'm actually proud of. So, you know, kind of sold myself on that one. It's extremely expensive to do this, but either way, I was going to be paying that price. So, yeah. All right, yep, I was right. So here's all the actual like head hardware and everything, the rims, and all the lug bolts and everything. What's this? Can't even see what that is. I have to yank this open real quick. Hold on. There it is. I'm trying to figure out what these are. I can't really see them well through the bubble wrap. Hello? What are you? Sorry, this is something new. What are these? These like quick releases? There is a like a how-to here. So give me a second while I try to figure out what the heck these are. Oh, that is a beautiful drum key. Look at that. That's a drum key. That is a drum key. That's not a drum key. That's a drum key. You know, that's huge. It's got the whole torque of your hand on that. Wow. Anyway, let me sit here real quick. Let me sit down in my old 30-year-old stance. I'm not 30. I'm 28, but you know, close enough. As far as the internet is concerned, I'm a boomer. Yeah, okay, these are, okay, hoop patches. I was right with this. Okay. Not crazy there. What the heck are those? Oh, wait, are these the memory locks? Huh. Be careful not to bother others. Playing the drum sets produces a lot of loud sounds and vibration. Be careful to arrange practice times as to not bother others. Valid. Oh, you just want, yeah. I love that song. Seriously, like hearing that was so much of a vibe, and that's the type of song where like a kit like this is perfect. Not just because it's acoustic, but because the overall sound of this kit has that like aggression to it, but also the soft edge. That's like the this being a walnut birch kit has that kind of flair to it. It's got the punch of the front, but with a really warm resonance underneath it. So I know I'm gonna love playing this kit. You're currently watching that one as well. Yeah. That song was insanely like just chill. I could not stop enjoying myself. I felt like I was being forced to enjoy myself, but I didn't mind. I loved it. I need to listen to it again soon too, because like if I'm gonna do a cover of it at some point, I'm gonna need it. You found your jaw under your bed? What do? Put it back. Where you put it back is up to you, but I'm just saying put it back. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your jaw. That's not my prerogative. Alrighty. Good God. It's like Tama packages everything so well that you basically have to like rip it all open like a child on Christmas in order to actually get it like put away and done. All right. So let me get this pulled down here. So these are all the lugs for the bass drum. And I basically just take these and pop them all the way around. I like that they have protective, like rubber grommets, like feet on here, so I can't hurt anything. At least not on purpose. So I'm gonna go around and tighten all these down just by finger. Because I'm definitely gonna need to like reset the bass drum, so I don't want to get it tight or anything yet. I don't want to actually set it. I'm just getting the rough outline down. I'm gonna pull my phone down here so I can read while I'm sitting here, because oofta, ouchie, my back in my late 20s. Let's see here. Do I find myself listening to songs? Oh yeah. I find myself listening to the music that I react to quite often. You'll catch me going back at random times. It's not like I'm constantly going back, but I go back. It really depends on the mood. Like I'm not gonna go and listen to like Poems of the Machine. I'm not gonna listen to uh like From a Place of Love if I want a song that's gonna make me happy. You know, like that's more what I mean. It's like of course I listen to them, but I also don't just go back and listen to them randomly. I kind of go with whatever mood I'm feeling in. I feel like that's the same for a lot of people. Uh, do I plan on playing any of the games I am playing? Oh yeah. Not really. I don't even really like. I don't even play many games these days. Like in general, the last game I played like really was like Overwatch 2. And that was like last year at some point. So it's like I'm not I used to be huge into playing games, but at some point, I think in my early 20s, I just kind of fell out of it. But as far as like mobile games, I've never really been that big into it anyway. I've never really played any mobile game except for like when the Flappy Bird craze was going around. I gave that a shot, but it's not like I was actively playing Flappy Bird like religiously. I was just giving it a go. But yeah, I mean, everyone's a little different there. But yes, as far as the playing like vicarious through other people, I do watch people play stuff. Like to this day, you'll catch me watching Markiplier on a regular basis. Up until last year, I was subscribed to the Game Grumps for about 10 whole years. So like, that's a who asked you? My light's a Wi-Fi one, so it just decided to do a recheck. It kind of like reconnects itself once in a while. Uh, but yeah, I still like I watch people play games pretty often. Like it's basically a daily thing at this point. Really depends on the game and the personality playing it. That's why I tend to watch Markiplier a lot because, as far as I'm concerned, at least until he eventually gets canceled, but that hasn't happened yet, and it doesn't look like it's ever going to. Seems to be a good guy, and I appreciate his vibes. So I don't like feeling stressed out myself, so I don't love playing games myself because I feel like they're more stressful than they are enjoyable. Um, maintain the direction of the channel. I mean, yes, most likely. I definitely feel like I will be sticking doing at least, like, I've talked about this since the beginning of the channel, but I'm not like against doing other things as like my main content and moving reactions to a less often sort of thing. But that also depends on the what and where. You know, like there's a lot of factors to that. Like right now I'm enjoying myself doing what I'm doing, but I don't want to do just reaction stuff my whole life, you know? I think it'll be more fun to do other things that have more production value. I'm going to turn this snare off because it is constantly vibrating whenever I talk. What do you want? Yes. No, you're good. Yep. That was my sister. Just giving her shit. She wants to get laundry started, and that's on the other side of this room, so. Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty close. Trying to get this like I'm gonna assume that's pretty close. Okay, I'm gonna start tightening this drum head down here. Listening to some music from Sayonara. That's I actually know that. Yeah, I know that series. Wait, series? Yes. Yeah, I know the name. I've never watched it. That's what I was like. Is it a series or is that another game? Because like I get a lot of both of those. Like people just going like it's a game. Okay, of course I get a lot of that. I do a lot of game related stuff. What do you want? What do you want sounded aggressive? Yeah, because she's my sister, and she deserves nothing better than my absolute lowest. That's how siblings work. It's like if you don't have a sibling, you don't understand the dynamic there. If you do have a sibling and you don't treat your siblings like that, you're not real siblings. We show love and affection through not giving a singular iota of a shit. Right, I'm gonna have to stand back up here. Yeah, I got that pretty centered actually. Cool. So this is not going to be like, I'm just getting this on here. I'm not tuning it quite yet. I'm just making sure it's somewhat tightened down. So if somebody's watching this who knows how to tune drums, don't worry, so do I. I'm just getting it on here. I'll worry about tensioning everything later. I've got to get down to the floor again. Oh, I'm so old, dude. Jesus. You do have a sister you're forced to be on a phone right now since she needs to use your computer. Pathetic. Pathetic. Nah, I know it. I've never had to do that, at least in my adult life. At least as far as like sharing technology. But we used to have the old we had like a Windows 2000, Windows XP in the living room upstairs, or I guess the dining room technically. But yeah, we would always share that. I can take this patch out of there because I'm not going to use that. And get this lined up. Coincidentally, there's the air hole right there in the front. Imagine with the trend that might be getting reversed. 99 requests from Patreon following mobile game OSTs. Do I react to songs OSTs that I want to put out to my fan base? I mean, I react to anything. Like the Patreon ones, at least since most people on my Patreon are in the producer category, they can literally tell me whatever they want to react to, and I'll do it. Mostly because financially, it works out that way. Like Patreon producers offer me more than most of my videos make in a year when it comes down to like raw financial support. So I will gladly check out whatever they want me to. And most of the time I end up liking it a lot. So I think it's a win-win. Like there's obviously lower tiers and appropriate attention given to each one depending on what it is, but it's also the producer queue is specifically the one most people go for when they want to request something, just because it makes the most sense for everyone involved. Alrighty, there's that, and time for more of these. So I could read whatever this is out here. Oh, it's sent twice. Okay. I saw like a bunch pop up when I was looking over here, and I was like, oh, I wonder what all those are. But yeah, that's so I listen to whatever people send, and honestly, the 1999 stuff, the 1999 songs actually don't end up usually coming from my Patreon. Adam Gubman sends them to me himself, and he's like, "Hey, I got a new song release," and I'm like, "Okay, Dad, I'll get right on it." Uh, like, I was giving him a little bit of shit a few days ago because he was somebody else posted one of his songs from 1999, and they were like, "I hope you get to this one soon." And he's like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "Would you fucking forget?" And he's like, "Yeah." It's just like he's got a busy life, you know. Like I don't actually blame him, but it's really fun to goof on him when he does forget stuff like that. And how long is the queue right now? I'd say like somewhere in the realm of 10 songs. A lot of them are weird ones, like not game related at all. Most of those are from the Patreon Mitsu. Uh, Mitsuki rather, I guess, but yeah, it's they'd love to request like stuff from rhythm games, like the ones that you don't recognize and are usually by like bands that you've never heard of. More than likely Mitsuki. That's just the type of request she throws in, and that's perfectly fine. But it's also like because of the nature of some of those, they usually get copyright claims, and I have to be careful of how often I do those. And I've had that discussion with her, so it's not like she's unaware, and I'm trying to avoid them on purpose. But in order to avoid like legal backlash, I have to not do them as often because there's the off chance that somebody's going to get all mad and come at me with a copyright strike instead of just a claim. Claims are fine. Like I said, the Patreon like producer support does more than enough on that. But when you get down to a bunch of songs in a row not making any sort of ad revenue, it does affect your channel. And then if you get a strike, that's beyond anything that Patreon can help with. So it's best to just space them out by a couple weeks usually, and just hope that nobody actually wants you dead, which can be a difficult subject depending on what company it's from and who's doing the claiming. This is the equivalent of Henry Cavill building his PC. Yo, okay, fair enough. Gonna liken me to that guy? I don't have a quarter of the muscle he does. But if this feels the same, that's good for everyone, I guess, because I didn't think it would be that interesting to to see. In my case, this is just more tedious. You know, like that building a PC, you can do that in like maybe half an hour. This is going to take me a bit. To be fair, I was unboxing it for the first, like, what, 20 minutes, but it's mostly just a matter of getting everything down, locked in. And like I said, I'm not tuning any of these quite yet. I'm just getting them set down. Whoa. Back up I go. I do make the dad grunts when I stand up. You know the one. Shows my age. That I make dad grunts. That's on there. I'm going to retie these night pants real quick. Don't mind me. These have been struggling since I started losing weight, and I haven't retied these. Some of my other pairs I have, but all the up and down is definitely making this more difficult to focus. So give me a second while I take care of that. Before you get excited, I'm not taking off anything. I'm just retying. Because I'm getting thinner, which is a good thing. Oh, much better. I mean, they'll still slide down, but that's much, much better. I'll take that. A collab with Cosmograph when? We'll see. King Records owns copyrights to Sayonara's about to. Yeah, it's like that's the sort of the thing. It's like if they claim it, I won't throw in a dispute if I know the company's bad about it. I always look up the company and the reputation before I try to fight a dispute. For like Millie's case, they're extremely negligent, frankly. Like I've submitted every single claim for every single Millie video, and none of them have ever even been reviewed. They go for the full 30 days, and then they immediately get released because nobody ever looks at the claim, which is perfectly fine, because that's just a win for me. It just takes a while. But there's some companies like Universal is like that. Like, well, they'll you'll be like, oh, I don't want to fight with this, but I'm going to throw in a claim. They will immediately be like, no, like within 24 hours, be like, nope, not happening. Okay, fine. So, so you just have to deal with it. Heard Compass and Limbus after a difficult battle, searching for the climax. Waiting to hear what I had said from a non-primary customer. Yeah, it is insane how good Cassie Way is with lyricism. That's the absolute like pinnacle of my respect for their songs. It's like musically great songs too, don't get me wrong, but when you get down to it, the lyricism is what makes these songs, you know, like really tick. So I think that's probably the coolest part of it. Alrighty. Now to see, I'm going to... I do. I have it in my pocket. I'm going to pop this out of here. Wrong one. Going for this one. Ooh. That is a beefcake. I don't know if you guys can even hear that well, but like, man. That is a low rumble. I keep this out just so I can tune with it later. Again, I'm not tuning anything right now. I'm just getting things put together. I will tune eventually. Not currently. Next, the exact same thing, but smaller. Where did I put the, oh, they're there. These. I need these. And... yeah, I think I'll just sit on the floor and do this one too. Close this up, don't need it. I'm going to sit back here and do this one. I'm going to open up the chat here so I can still read it. Whoa. Alrighty, so this has some of the lugs on it already, which is an interesting way to package, but I don't hate it. It's kind of like pseudo-protective. Like, we want to make sure these rings get here without any sort of issues, stress, or problems. So here you go. Yeah, and I know I'm going to be getting to a lot of the more recent, well, not recent, the older stuff from Millie as well. Like, I'm definitely going to be going back in history, sort of, so to speak. Yeah, okay. I was seeing if I couldn't get this off without having to use the key, but I have to use the key at least to get it started to the thread so I can get a hold of it with my fingers. Whoa. No! I'll just put these down here. Actually, it makes more sense that way. And the final temporary ring holder. So, as far as like me asking you guys a question, do you guys like, are any of you musicians at all, or do you guys just like enjoy the game music and you like to hear what people say about it? Because like, I know there's a lot of people out there who follow me who just like React Andy content, but then there's also people who 100% actually like want to hear it from the perspective of somebody who also plays, you know, like there's different. Woo! Oh, oopsies. That didn't hurt anything, for the record, in case you were concerned. I just reacted heavily. Nothing bad happened, actually. I was just surprised. But yeah, kind of curious to see how many people are also musicians, or if they just like the React content for the game that they enjoy. Both are fine. I'm just curious. I'm not going to sit here and start being like, no, you can only join here if you're a musician. Only if you're interested in What I do, I don't care. You guys can hang around all you want to. If you like whatever content I make, that's perfectly fine. I like this thing. I wonder what other people think of it. Yeah, I feel like that's a lot of people. That's probably the vast majority of people who hang around on my channel. And I know that kind of the topic from earlier, where like, do you plan to do anything else uh, with like your main content, or is this what you're planning to do? And it's like that's kind of the thing. I'm in between. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. I know that there will definitely be an evolution of more content to come. Like I did a full band cover of uh, Morning Dew from Arknights very recently, and I'm working on another collaboration for Phenomenal Agents again from Arknights. Those the drum covers will be something different too. Like I doing the band covers, that's a lot more involved and will take longer to actually like accomplish. But I just enjoy doing things. I want to do drum covers as well as band covers. I'm definitely not just going to do one or the other. Because obviously I can teach myself to play a song a lot better on my own time versus having to assemble and arrange an entire troop of people to do a proper cover with the whole band involved. You know, like that's a whole different argument. So, yeah. All right. Time for the four drum head. I just like people reacting to OSTs. Yep. And I know there's quite a few people who enjoy my content, not specifically because it's even a game that they like, but because I have more to say than "Wow, cool, sounds good, see you tomorrow." Like, I know a lot of people are happy that I'm not just kind of doing nothing, you know. Ooh, that's the bottom head. This is a G2. Yeah, the G2 should be the top one. Pretty sure. I'm gonna go with yes on that. Yeah, no, because that's just something that happens with me. I actually referenced that in the video that'll be public tomorrow. It's a Nike song where one of the concerns of me listening to that specific song from somebody in the comments was that I wouldn't get it to the same degree because I'm not a player, so like I wouldn't understand the context. But I do go down rabbit holes with pretty much every song that I end up listening to and enjoy. I will, after recording, go and look up context and story beats. And sometimes that I don't do that, and I'll wait for the upload, and then the people in comments will give me like lore dive and like lore dump stuff, and those are also fun to read. So it's like I'm one of those people. I enjoy lore dumps. It just depends on the specific situation, and if I like the song enough to do so. So for like, um, uh, hello, brain, I lost it. So for like a place of love, I did go on a bit of a dip after I recorded. So I learned what the train was, what the actual story was, etc. Even before people in the comments got to me and told me about it. And yeah, right, Hot Rod. That's kind of the thing. For the record, the one that'll be out tomorrow is um oh god, the Nikkei one you not reacted to. That's me. That's my job. The Nikkei one you requested on the last video. The name all of a sudden escapes me, but you know the one. Considering you're the one that asked for it. But yeah, like I go on an entire rant in that video at the end about how like it doesn't really matter, and like I will go on those deep dives. It just depends. Hold you tight. That's yeah. I'm just bad at names. Sorry, always have been. Good with faces, bad with names. That's just my personal life situation. I can see you in the middle of the street and go, "Hey, you." I'm really terrible with names. Like for example, I had to re-record the intro, insider information here. I had to re-record the intro for tomorrow's video like 5 times because I legitimately could not remember what your name was, even though I've literally talked to you like 5 times before in comments and live chats. It's I'm really bad with names. It's never anything personal. I'm just terrible at it. All right, here's that. Oh my goodness. How long does it take to assemble from 0 to 100 a drum set? It depends on the size of the drum set, how many of these you have to deal with. Tuning it and getting like the heads on is 100% the longest process, but I'd say a couple hours on average. I think that's a safe uh, estimation to throw at you. In hindsight, I should probably check which heads of these go on the bottoms. I did not look at that. That's all about the mounting system. Um, Stay away from drum set if earthquake occurs. Just letting you all know. I don't actually know which head's supposed to be on the top or bottom for these. I'm assuming the G2s are supposed to be the tops, but the Powercraft look denser, which is usually the badder head. So I need to check that. I was looking around for my phone. I have it. Give me a second. Hmm. Um, okay, I don't think I'm wrong. Good. Sorry, I was just because I just put that head on, but I know the Evans G2 heads are usually supposed to be the batter heads. But given this one was more dense, I wasn't sure because sometimes the like denser plies are usually uh, the batters, but not in this case. They must just have a different blend for the Tama specific, their Powercraft line being the resonant heads, which is perfectly fine. I'm just kind of new to this, so again, never had a new kit, so working with stock heads is definitely strange to me. Going back to chat here, watching go on these deep dives would be something cool. Way to break down tracks. It's not though because it would literally just be like a 5 to 10 minute chunk of the video of just me going. That's me when I read lore dives. So it's not like it would actually be interesting. I'm just quiet and reading. Cool seeing a reactor musician give feedback. And seeing the composer of the song see the view as well. Yeah, like I. That's what kind of unfortunate because like I obviously don't take anything back of what I said, but I also do kind of feel bad when I like the first time I hear a song by somebody, I'm just like, this could be better. I like it, but there's things about it I would prefer, like with Cosmograph's mixing. I know that's not entirely his fault or anything. It's just like the I don't like being seen as the guy who has negative opinions either, even though I definitely have them. It's not like I try. I'm just a dude, you know. I'm gonna have my opinions on things, but I understand that it's more sensible to not be completely 100% kind. If there's something I need to say or I feel is doing a disservice to everyone else by me not mentioning it, then I'll say it. Another great example of that is actually in tomorrow's video. It's about the singer, but it's not about her vocal quality because she sings very well. The style of mixing, yeah, it's like I am a firm believer, as are many of the people I know in the production world, fans of where did the washer go here? Hold on, something's wrong. Oh, there it is. Okay. I lost a washer. It's stuck on the tape. I was like, "Where's the washer?" Um, yeah, like I'm a firm believer, as are many of my producer and like mixologist friends. Call them mixologists, even though that's a term for actual like bartending and drinking. Um, but my mixing and production, post production, producers, etc. Those people all believe, as do I, that the best way to get a proper mix is to listen through many different headphone types, speaker types, and do the best you can to make those work. Whereas it sounds like Cosmo just kind of mixed it exclusively for a mobile phone and not like a computer speaker set. Which again, not a big problem, just kind of oh. Like it's just like I wish that the mixing was a little bit more clean on other platforms. Come off of there. Gonna go sleep. Alright, see you later, Joe. Also, Mitsu being creepy, popping in here. Hi, Mitsu. We were talking about you earlier. And about how weird your requests are. Whoops. Yeah, like most of the songs are from mobile games, and that's kind of the thing. It's like I understand that for sure, but I still find it makes more sense to mix for everyone, not just for the end goal, because there's always going to be people who enjoy something enough to listen to it elsewhere, and that's kind of the point there. Oh wow! All right. My goodness, I have that tuned up pretty high. Can I spin a stick? No, I never really practiced it. Never been a thing that I cared much for. Have to give him credit for his music range. Oh no, that's yeah, that's fine. But again, that's kind of a thing where like I can respect his skill, but the post production is a huge factor of that as well. All right. That's nowhere near tuned. I'm just getting it on there. Yeah, definitely not tuned. But again, I'm not trying to tune, just trying to get tight. Just seeing how close it was from my first random test. He also the sound effects director. Yeah, that does not surprise me. Well, so that's kind of another factor. I'm gonna lay down for a second. Don't mind me. That feels good. How you guys doing? You hear the resonation of the snare in the microphone? Oh. Anyway, what about reading? Some of Millie's newer work heavily involves literature, even from far away. I am not a big reader, to be fair. I enjoy the idea of books. My ADHD makes it nearly impossible for me to actually read. It's been that way my whole life. I have finished in total, I want to say like 7 or 8 books in my entire life. I've read more than that, but I haven't finished them. I've made it a few chapters in and decided to not, stuff like that. However, one of those was the entirety of Homer's Odyssey unabridged. So it's not like I haven't read, but books are very hard to focus on. because I don't have the brain to do that. It's very difficult to read. Bro, looking like a 40-year-old dad, dude. You know how nice this feels. Once you get close to 30, you'll be like, man, I should lay down on my back flat on the floor. It's great. Don't you dare judge me. Attention span of a goldfish is rough. Yeah. I've been recently medicated for it, but I'm also in between that restriction. I'm in between that medication, so like I don't really have it available right now. If I read the Bible, it's technically 66 books. I have read the entirety of I believe it was the King James version. I believe it was the King James version of the Bible, but sure, yeah, if you want to count that. The reason I did that was specifically during the point in my life where I was questioning my religion, uh, and I was like, I need to read this entire thing, so I did. It did not change the end result, as I am and have been for over a decade an atheist. Has something in my glasses. Do I enjoy coffee? Not really. I'm actually more of an iced tea person. I prefer sweetened iced tea. I don't like warm tea. It just tastes like pee. I can't get behind it. It's not sweet enough. Even when you sweeten it up with like honey and stuff, it just doesn't hit the same. I just much prefer iced tea. One of the characters from Olympus is based on the book. That tracks, actually, yeah. Bro is going to hell as a Yo, if I believed in it, I'd agree with you. I believe, like, personally, I am not a one to be a stickler about religious beliefs. Believe whatever you want to, but also don't evangelicize to me about yours because I've definitely looked into it by now. So it's like, yeah, acting like I've never uh, looked at religion or thought about it is just an insult to my intelligence, and as a result, I'll probably start insulting yours. I won't if you don't, like you can believe whatever you want to as long as you stay out of my business, I'll stay out of your business. If you need a religion to uh, properly process the world, that's fine. Just don't expect me to do the same. I've already been through that. Sweet iced tea is the most Midwest thing ever. Well, it's like for example, like Lipton iced teas are perfectly chill. I like those. But I don't really like iced tea that people make like in the sun, where they'll like put tea out and like let it steep and like make sun tea and then sweeten that. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It kind of depends on the location for you and how many people you've talked to. But no, not a fan of it. It's not sweet enough. I need like an actual like made up tea, not just a not just dirty water baked in the sun. Very salty taste in my mouth about religion, and it worsens by the day. I mean, I don't mind it either way. But again, it's like just uh, don't bother me with it. I can have an educated discussion if you're willing to, but if you're gonna fight with me about it, that's not what I'm here for. Sun tea is a preference. Yeah, it's something my mom used to make a lot, and I just never got it. Peach tea is great. Yeah, I tend to find myself drinking like a lot of citrus iced tea or like the mixed berry stuff from Lipton, just because it's easy to get and it's easy to sweeten. As a type 1 diabetic, I can't really have sugar, but artificial sweeteners are usually plenty fine. So things like those pre-made diet teas are much more accessible in my situation. So yeah, that's usually why I stick with those. Unsweetened teas are too bland. artificially sweetening them is not enough, but if a company makes them, they usually just have their recipes that are a little bit more tart or sweet that kind of masks the issues I've got with it. I do like Arnie Palmer, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a hit or miss. I can drink things with sugar for the record. I just don't want to make it a habit because that's where the problems begin. My aunt drinks herbal teas. Yeah, exactly. It's just so, you know, it feels like I'm drinking just it's hot leaf juice. I can't get that's all it is. And I can't get used to just plain old tea. I'm gonna toss these out of here. Eh. Just don't need them in the way. Suppose I could put this up on. Eh. Where did I put the? Oh, it's all the way over there. Oh no. Okay, guess I'm just ripping it open. I was gonna open it up properly, but I'm not gonna fight with that. We might have to anyway, because again, these are way too well packaged. Jeez, it'd be cool if I could. Oh my god, what do they use for tape? Concrete strips? Jesus. Tama, stop being so good at your jobs. Oh. Anyway. See some chemistry with sugar. I do know how to play Abracadabra, so. And I can kind of play 115. I can't get the foot pattern down. It'll take some time to practice that out, but it's not like I've sat down to try either. I've just played it blind a couple dozen times. Abracadabra is an easier drum part. I don't even know Archangel, so that's not going to work if I don't know the song. I just remember the ones from my childhood, aka pretty much exclusively the Black Ops 1 and some of Black Ops 2 stuff. Did I? No, okay. Thought I cut my finger. I definitely poked it, but I wasn't sure how much I did. So I believe that the remind me as I stand up here. I believe that these are, yeah, these are the quick release adapters. Whoops. These things I was confused about earlier. These are quick releases for these legs. Black Ops 2 Origins was too late in the game for me. I didn't own Black Ops 2. I only owned Black Ops 1. But then also, I only ever owned the Wii version. So I didn't exactly get to experience the whole thing. I had a friend who had Black Ops 2. That's the only reason I got to play it at any point. Yeah. So by the time Black Ops 2 Origins came around, I wasn't even playing the game anymore. Again, assuming that Origins was a, like, I don't know how to word this, like a DLC of some sort. I'm assuming. If you're just saying it was in the game, then it's like, I don't know. I barely played it. I more watched my brother and the friend play it just because I wasn't huge in games in general. Like, at least shooters. I was, like, into them for a short time, but not long enough to, like, really pay attention. I was more of an RPG kind of kid, aka an absolute dork. Yeah, I felt like Origins was a DLC thing, but I couldn't be positive. All right, time to put this on its legs. Oh, that is so nice. That's a really cool quick release system. All right, gotta get these all rotated out the right way now. Oops. This is like a really neat system though, for real. Like, I'd never really experienced the hardware of Tama stuff till just now, and whew, I see why people are such dorks about it. This is very nice. Because, like, if I need to remove a leg, I can just do that. That minus the ramming it against the bottom of the rim part. That was just me. But it's like you lock that in there, in. I can literally just make a fucking pop it out. It just holds in there with a clip. That's really cool. And now, floor tom. Again, not tuned, but it's there. How much was this whole set? Just the shells that you've seen me open, including the one that's in this box. Literally just 3 toms and the base. $2,000. With shipping, it was more like $2,300. And then the snare back here. Whoa, excuse me. This was another $300, and it was used. So technically, the whole set, just shells and heads for all this stuff, about $2,500. And then I have $1,000 worth of cymbals out here, and all of these stands I had already had were about $40 to $60 each. And the drum pedal, the double drum pedal I've got down here is around $200. So all in all, closing in on about $4,000 to $4,500 as far as all together a drum kit, cymbals to actual heads and everything goes. By the way, if anyone wants to help me afford this because I am in credit card debt, my Patreon's in the description. Feel free to throw me $2 or $5. Anything helps. I'm dying. Anyway, let's see how in tune this small tom is. This is a dinky boy, by the way. That's a small boy. Also, again, not in tune at all. But I'll get there. It's got to be at least like 3 cheeseburgers worth. Yeah, 3 whole cheeseburgers. It's like 10 Uber Eats worth. Yeah, $5,000. That's about 10 Uber Eats. See, now all of this is set up relatively, right? All the toms are here. I can start applying all of the other stuff to it. like putting the toms on the bass drum, getting that set up, or I can keep going on showing you guys the unboxing stuff because I've got all of my drum mics and a brand new mic interface. If you guys want to see that, I'll let you pick. Do you want me to put the kit together and like assemble it here, which will take about the same amount of time, or do you want to see the new stuff I got? If you do the whole Nikkei soundtrack, I'll throw in $50 a month. I mean, if you're willing to put in $50 a month, you can request every single song from Nikkei all you want to, because that'll put you in the guaranteed queue. So technically, I wouldn't be able to say no. It would just take a long time to get to them. You know, like I can't just do them one after the other. It'll take me probably all of this year, if not longer, depending on how many there actually are. But I mean, if you're going to be putting in $50 a month, I'd do it. That's a lot if you're willing to commit to that. Infinite saying yes doesn't give me an answer. You know that. You're just being a little butthead. What? So that's like, what would you guys be more interested in seeing? You have nothing but Nikkei soundtracks. Don't worry, I space them out still. I don't do them one after the other, like I said. I do space them out quite a bit. Cosmograph makes new songs every week. That's, I mean, yeah. To be fair, so do quite a few. Like, I think a song from Andrew drops. Or Andrew, what the hell? Adam Gubman drops like once a month at this point. Dude's always making songs. Yes is the answer. So you want to see both me open the stuff and assemble. That's what I'm hearing. Do you guys realize how long that's going to take? That's going to take probably 2 to 3 hours. Are you willing to sit here for 2 to 3 hours? That's the question. You're gonna do it anyway. You know what? Got me there. But also at the same time, assembling everything while also watching and like talking to you guys takes a lot longer. Like that's a factor too. I'm not saying like I want to do this without everyone watching, but it's like I wasn't intending to do all of it on stream. I was gonna pick one or the other and roll with it from there. But at this point, honestly, the assembly really won't take that long, so I could. So most of the assembly, like I said, is putting the heads on, because from here it's going to be as simple as me just going through every single one of these, popping off these protective bits on the bass drum, which I think I've got most off anyway, but I think there's a couple left over. Then you rotate it. Nope, I got them all. I think. Yep, okay. So those are all done. He's implying that he doesn't want to talk to us. Not at all, seriously. It honestly is more fun to sit and chat with people while I'm doing these really tedious things. But I'm also not going to lie and say that it's a fun process to watch, you know? Like, I'm not going to act like this is an enjoyable, fun kind of process. It's kind of boring. Okay, that's all done. Okay. Time for this mounting system, hey? This world famous Tama mounting system. that I've honestly been very interested about, but it's a matter of getting it done. All right, get that off there. Come on. Don't mind me just getting that off. Took a while. Don't mind me getting my drum set off. I mean, what? I'm confused by these. Because I know this goes in here like this. Yeah, that goes in there like that. Locks in place. Am I putting the Catharsis logo back on there? That era is kind of over, to be frank. Like, at first I was putting it on there because I thought it would be kind of cool to, like, be able to see it while I was playing streams live, but there was never a camera that could view it. So it ended up being kind of a waste of time. And, like, it cost me, like, 30, 40 bucks. And I was like, that's for a sticker, you know? Like, would be if it wasn't you. Yeah, so it's yeah, I think the sticker era is over. Mostly because I'd have to buy a completely new one as a result of it being, uh, you know, a sticker. All right. Oh, right. I've got this is the other part. So this is a tom bracket, and this is really cool too because this has these, which is literally like you take this off, you set it down, you screw these on, and it just kind of keeps your tom hovering in place, which is just kind of sick actually. So watching me while playing Monster Hunter, valid. Yeah, this thing is wrapped up weird. Hold on, it's got a bread tie in this. Why? Why a bread tie? Weird. Okay. I assume that's some sort of like an anti-theft system. And it's got another one of these quick release things, so that's always really cool. I really do like that. The quick lock system is really cool. Anyway, I've got to set this on here. And then I just kind of screw these down onto here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And now that's on there. And that's all that was. It really did not take that long, considering how long drums can take to put together. And now I've got to figure out what's going on here. Got to loosen this up. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Cool. And I assume the other Tom already has it on there, or it's in a separate container. Can I draw it by hand on the paper and tape it on for me? What do you mean? Draw what by hand? I feel like I missed that comment when it was relevant by not looking. Yep, I was correct. This one has all the heads applied and the heads applied. Or the arms applied, rather. And that's all that's in there? Yep, okay. Literally just a separate shipment for just my secondary Tom. Nice. Get off there. Got another bread tie for some reason. Again, very strange choice, but sure. Huh. All right. Does go on there. Definitely does. Interesting. Oh, those are actually not that far out of tune from what I thought. I mean, they're not great, but they're not bad. That's a rumbly boy. All right. Getting there. I mean, like I said, it's not like it takes long. I've got to learn the ins and outs of how this system actually like feels, because it's definitely unique, but not in a bad way. Oh, draw the logo by hand and tape it onto the drum. No, I'm trying to look professional as I can. So I wouldn't really do much for me in that respect. Oh my goodness. This is so weird. This is not set up as I want it, for the record. I'm just seeing like where things are gonna. Come on, seat. I'm seeing where things are gonna sit when I sit. Just like right now, I got this here. I'm gonna move my whole self forward because I've got all this room up here now. Since I have 2 up, 1 down instead of 1 down, no, 2 down, 1 up. in my tom configuration, I can move my whole seat forward, which is going to be nice because I have all this room to come in. Instead of like my other setup, I had to basically like shuffle my way across the wall as thin as I could in order to make it work. That mixed with the more shallow uh, bass drum in general, it's like 2 inches shorter in depth. I can just kind of do that, and it's very nice. The fact that I can just, yeah. I don't know how loud that is for you guys. I assume it doesn't sound great. Because it doesn't sound great to me either right now. That's what happens when you don't tune things before you hit them with sticks. Ooh, all right. And let me get this snare up here. This is also a Tama Starclassic, in case I didn't mention that. It's just from a different type of setup. So my entire kit is currently a walnut birch, like I had mentioned. But this snare is a babinga birch, which is just a different type of wood. All right. Because I had my electronic snare on here. This is very different. Try and get it to seat itself. Should have my throw on the outside. Probably makes more sense for me, at least. Yeah, I kind of prefer that over there. So yeah, there we go, much better. And now I can tighten it up again. Yeah, that's definitely got some overtones. Woo! My goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely got to do some tuning up, but hey, we be here. We be getting closer. Probably sounds terrible on your guys' side if you can even hear it at all. It might be getting cut. Let's see here. So all my toms are obviously at not ideal angles, but neither is my bass pedal. It's just kind of sitting there. $50 OnlyFans instead of Patreon when? Never? Appreciate the sentiment. Not loving the desire. Yeah. How low is that? Got a clearance? Barely. Okay. Go up a smidge more. Kind of forget how heavy fully rigged acoustic drums are. They've got this bounce to them that just kind of lobs itself around. It's hard to adjust for. Your mic can't even pick up the sounds. Valid. I had a feeling. It's just too loud. It has a various like audio saving cuts applied to it, so it's not really a surprise. Honestly, I was kind of hoping it wouldn't, just because it's loud and obnoxious, and I don't want to deal with that right now on your guys' side. So allow me to reset this entire one here. And see what happens if I do this. All right, that makes more sense to me. Okay, cool. I was checking the way that the whole kit lays itself out and feels in general, uh, with like the rotations of everything. All right, cool. So from here, really the only thing left to do would be to bring in the cymbals. So are you guys ready to see the cymbals I got? Because I don't think I've shown these in public yet. I know I showed them in my Discord, I think. I don't even know if I showed my Discord these, actually. I know I showed the box, but here we are. And here we be. Ugh. So I've got a set of Zildjian New Beat hi-hats. This is one. That is two. Yep, okay. So, New Beat, this is top, this is bottom. Cool. Get on there. Thank you very much. Getting my hi-hat clutch. Yeah. Ugh. I forgot how shallow my clutch needed to be for the E cymbals. And there's that. Lock that in place. Beautiful. hi-hat. The highest of hats. All right, crash cymbal number 1. A Zildjian A Sin Crash. A beautiful crash cymbal. And I even, instead of having to use the old-fashioned twist-ons, got myself a set of the Tama quick releases. So I didn't have to fight with those. Beautiful. A crash. And my other crash. Yet another Zildjian A. Fast crash, 18-inch. Slam that on there. Get one of my new quick releases out. I'm resetting. There we go. I was resetting the chat on my phone because it didn't seem to be loading it, which is fair. Now I need you two. All right, so this fast crash, and now for the symbol that frankly should not be in here, but it's here anyway. The Zildjian K custom organic ride symbol. This symbol is like $500 brand new. And I got it in this kit for less than that. Like that is a I got it on a steal effectively. I still paid money for it, of course, but it's like I got way more out of that than I thought I was going to. So let's see where. Whoop, not the drumstick. Do the spins, do the flips, sticks, stick tricks and shit. Yeehaw! I can't actually spin a stick. I can flip one, just not while I'm playing. Beautiful, beautiful tone. Probably too loud yet again for you guys, but beautiful. Great tone all around. It's also a hard tip, or a felt rather, plastic tip. Wood tip. Definitely sounds better on these. Yeah. That is nice. All right. Again, probably too loud for you guys to hear any of that, but here we are. Stick drop. I need to set these up. This is going to be different too because not only is this whole setup kind of different for where the bass drum is and everything, everything's lower, which is what I prefer, but also a matter of It's just a matter of oh my goodness. Okay, that's very loud. I forgot how loud acoustics are. Oh my goodness Christ. You forget how to play when it's a whole different feel. It's also I feel like really choked up tight on this. Because I was. Jesus Christ. Whew. No, can't. There it is. My goodness. All right. That's just me messing around. I need to obviously set this up way better than I have. It's just you sit behind a kit and you can't help yourself. You got to play it. Music cover stream when? Probably not a cover stream, but I'll definitely be doing drum covers on it. That's for sure. Look how beautiful this is, though. Like it looks great. It looks fantastic. I was wondering how this would look, but I didn't even think about it. The gray on the actual kit, the like fade in, blends really well with my back wall color. Like it kind of feels like part of the room accidentally. I kind of love that actually. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be annoying the shit out of all of my neighbors and my family, but you know, that's life. I do obviously plan to Whoa, my goodness. Whew. Didn't know that my symbol was that close to the other one. I obviously have talked to the people in the house. They are aware that this is going to be a thing and that I am going to be doing this. But it's just the whole like, oh yeah, that's louder than I remember, you know? Like you have a lot to remember when you haven't played something like this in years. It's been years. There's a lot to recall. But it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna have to find out where to put all these. Like my symbol arrangement's gonna have to like completely change because they're not set up the same way as the old kit used to allow for. So that's gonna be a unique battle to face too. Get the others. Come on, dude. Excuse you. Whoa. There. Jesus. Yeah, that's gonna be too far away from me. I'm gonna have to pull everything up. The toms aren't at terrible angles right now. They could definitely be better, so I'm definitely gonna work on that. These need to be rotated for sure. But we getting there. Feels weird playing with sandals on too, might I add. Also, again, my bass pedal is crooked, so feels very strange. Very odd, but I like it. I just need to get used to it again. I know you guys aren't hearing any of that. So that's all the further setup I'm going to do. Nothing soundproof. Nothing soundproof padding can't fix. Yeah, except for it won't fix that. That's just so loud. So I'm gonna bring in the other stuff now. That's all the setup I'm going to do right now because it's going to be easier to get to them to tune them later if I don't have everything quite perfectly in place. I don't want to dial it all in and immediately have to take it apart. So, yeah. Time to get this out of the way. I'm going to go get my microphones and stuff, and I can show you those. But first, I'm going to get rid of all of these. Whoops. A lot of boxes. Lots of boxes and like wrappings. I'm not going to get every little shred out of here, but get the worst of it. All right. I'm not letting this box fully on camera because it does still have my address visible on it. I did not mark it off like I did the other boxes. But I will open it up and pull the stuff in. First one I'm starting with is the heavy one, so we'll start there. But come on. Thank you. Alrighty. Bubble wrap, ooh, bubble, bubble, bubble. Bubble wrap. Alright. This is just a Remo head. Just a 10-incher, because I did not have a 10-inch for this. That's all this is. This is for practice. That's literally the only reason I bought that, because I needed one and I didn't have one. Bass drum boom combo. Oh, this is the bass drum stand. Okay, so this is just a stand to hold the bass drum microphone for the microphone kit. Not really worth taking it apart and showing you. It's basically a microphone boom stand with a heavy bass on it, so it doesn't move around. We have the mixer, or rather the interface. Not the most expensive item in the world, but it do be here, and it do be do. It do be doing its job. That's all I need. I needed an interface that I could use, that I could plug all my stuff into, and be able to plug it into the computer. That's all this really is. It's quite literally just this thin rack mount optional piece of kit. I'll plug that in, and that's what will drive all of my microphones into the computer. Again, not really worth dragging that all out. I think it'd be more fun to show you guys the microphones anyway. Ah, yes. The ever famous Sweetwater pack of candy they send with every single thing. Gotta love it. Not sponsored by Sweetwater. I just do appreciate the little candy gift they do. I've always thought it was kind of cute. Ah. Speaking of Sweetwater, all of their audio cables. This is for all the microphones. Obviously, there's a lot of microphones. I think it's about 7 microphones. So I need 7 cables for all the microphones. That tracks, doesn't it? I have a few, but not that many, so I figured I'd just buy it in a pack. And these are the microphones. This is the Behringer BC 1200 drum mic kit. I am aware, for those who may be a bit audiophile, that this is not the best set of drum mics ever made by far. But you know what? I'm a beginner boy, and this will look great for me to use as a prop in Phenomenal Agents. What's in the suitcase? Let's find out, shall we? Microphones. Who would have guessed? Ah. But yeah, they just have a carrying case, basically. That's all it is. The packs of the silica gel, ignore those, don't eat them. Can actually kill you. But yeah, these are just basically the microphones. Got 2 overhead microphones, 4 tom/snare mics, and the bass mic right there in the center. And then all the like side mounts for them. And there's that. Again, I'm not going to sell myself as a hyper pro in the drum recording field. I just got here. I am in a basement room without really any good sound balancing or soundproofing. I'm doing the bare minimum of what I can afford. But yeah, like those are the microphones there. I didn't think they came in a case, but that's kind of fun. There's also another box out here now. I think that these are probably just the mic stands for the other 2 microphones. I'm gonna check. Pretty light, so I assume that's all it is. Ooh. But you never know, so I don't remember exactly what came in this kit entirely. So for all I know, there could be a little something in here that I totally forgot I had technically bought. But it's most likely just more stands. Pretty light. Let's see much else on it. Another booklet. Mic boom stand. Mic boom stand. Bag of candy. So yeah. That's going to be effectively what's going to be running my drum channel. The stuff on it. So yeah, these are just as I expected. Just standard, super cheap mic stands. Because you don't need anything that expensive or that robust when you're recording in a basement bedroom area. And I'm not going to be moving anything anywhere that frequently, so I'll be moving stuff in and out as needed. But other than that, yeah, that's the kit. I know it's hard to see with my fat ass in the way. Let me get out of here. Drums. Bread. Okay. So yeah. Oh man, I can hear the drums resonating as I talk. You guys probably aren't hearing that, but I'm hearing my voice resonate in the drums. It's weird. I haven't had that happen in years. It's so strange. But anyway, there's that. It looks gorgeous. I'm really excited about it. And now I just have to focus on dialing in the tuning on everything and the angles on everything. Albeit I'm pretty sure I'm close on at least the top two for angle. I still am going to have to do the whole process of removing them and like putting the proper tuning on it, because they're definitely not fully to tune. Definitely just a smidge off. And get rid of the Sweetwater candy. Take all these, move them out of the way. Take all this, move these out of the way. I'm gonna put these here for now, actually. I'll set up all the microphone stuff later. Obviously, I'm not using them right away or anything. The first time you guys see anything used with those microphones is probably going to be, God, another month or so. I've got to set this up as well, too. Albeit I have all the drivers for this since I already use a Behringer interface for my regular microphone usage. That's just a bigger one. But anyway, yeah, there's that. That is the kit. That is the setup, at least in a general context and arrangement. And I've got a lot of work to do to get it looking proper. And I'm not going to be streaming all that. So, let me just switch this. Hi. So this is how you'll be seeing pretty much me tonight. How I'll be looking. I'm going to get this moved out of the way now. Did I? But then I did put it on the outside. Of course I did. There we go. Get that over there. Yeah. So my actual, like, recording setup will probably look more like this now. Obviously, with the boxes out of the way. Doesn't that look so much more like pro, though? Like, for real? The colors look so great. Whew. Didn't realize that I had my audio on my phone. I was like, where am I hearing myself from? Got that Mick Gordon set up. Yeah, that looks fantastic. That looks so good. Again, I've still got to move a bunch of stuff around and get the general setup feeling right. The blue with the red. Yeah, I think that I was kind of worried that would like look weird, having the like deep, because the Bubinga is a very like deep cherry, like heavy deep, not cherry so much, just of an orangish kind of wood. So I was wondering if that would blend well with the actual like blue of the kit, and I was like, might look a little goofy. But I do also still have, and I don't know if this is gonna like work at all, because it just does not sound that great, and I need to do some work on it. I've got this snare as well. It's just a Tama Rockstar DX. This one is the snare shell that came with the prior kit I had, so it's definitely a little bit more worse for wear as far as like the quality of the wood and everything else on it. I've replaced some of the lugs. The way that this tightens on here just isn't ideal anymore. It's struggling, but it has brand new heads on it because I wanted to give it a shot. So it looks pretty, but it's just not as ideal. These heads will probably end up going on that snare because I'd rather have, new heads on new snare. But yeah, that's basically it. That's the kit. Of course, the microphones being on it will look different too, but the only thing that'll really visually add is microphones clipped to the side, and then the two microphone stands on the like standing next to the kit to get overhead. Yeah. When's going to be the test stream? Technically, this was. So, never? But, the first drum cover kind of depends on how comfortable I get on it that fast. I'm going to warm up on it a bit before I actually do any covers because otherwise I'm going to sound terrible. And I need to get all the microphones and everything set up. So, like, it's going to be a bit. But at the same time, boy, if that doesn't look pretty. And I'm excited to have this kit available to me in general. So, big hype for the future of the channel here because that's going to be a part of it for the well foreseeable future. Albeit that's basically it for the stream, I think. Got everything out, I've showed everything I've got, and the kit is relatively set up. I just need to do all the tuning and get it properly like adjusted to my heights and preferences. Yeah. Thank you all for being here, I guess. It's been 2.5 hours since I started doing this stream. I'm not sure if the first thing I do on this will be a drum cover on its own or if it'll end up being the video for Phenomenal Agents, that whole band cover. I'm not sure what'll come first, but you know, I've got what I've got. I think it'll be fun to figure out where it brings me from here. Yay! Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you all so very much for watching. And I will get to work on getting the rest of this taken care of. Bye!